We are living in Virat Kohli's world. First, the man comes out and hits every GT spinner out of the park, scores a magnificent 70 to help RCB register their only third win in 10 matches, and then he takes the mic and tours into his critics. What a knock from Kohli, and then that fiery speech after that match. That was something to behold, right, Alan and Kingshuk?
Yeah.
It was a great knock from Kohli. But that speech after the match, that invited a lot of reactions. Some who supported Kohli, saying people cannot question his strike rate. And then there were some who said Kohli should not have gone on that kind of a rant. So here I have with me Alan and Kingshuk. Alan and Kingshuk, what do you both think about Virat Kohli's performance as a batter? And then with the mic, what he said.
Late Virat speech, Alan here.
Hmm.
We are back in that angry Kohli era, aren't we?
Yeah.
Either you can be a fan of it or you don't be a fan of it. Like there is no middle ground with what Kohli did yesterday. I am extremely glad that something that we have been talking about, which is the middle phases run scoring, Kohli actually seems to have like cracked that code against GT and he has smashed Rashid and Noor out of the park. So that's very good. The speech, I am sort of borderline. I mean, he's done the job. He has the right to speak. But then when he says things like, I've been doing this for 15 years. You have not been in this situation. So you can't question people. And my runs should, like I score runs for my teams to win. So shut up. I mean, your team has won 3 games out of 10, brother. And you have already scored 500 runs. So they have not come in winning causes. Yes, yesterday was your best knock in the IPL, bar the 77 versus PBKS. I am very happy for you. But that rant is something I'm a little unsure about.
Why?
See, first of all, let me just say I'm in full support of Kohli in this
Okay.
matter. The way that he went against these people, I don't understand what is the talk all about. Like Kingshuk is saying that he scored 500 runs. But if you look at yesterday's innings, he found the perfect partner in Will Jacks, right? So he played that knock that allowed Will Jacks, who was not playing well at all. He himself came out and said, I was not timing the spinners well. Kohli's innings kind of gave me the rhythm. And once I got the rhythm, he went off, scored 50 of just the final 50 of just 10 balls.
6
And-
minutes to be very precise.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
And-
nuts, man.
And then won the game. So Kohli has not found that kind of a partner, I think, over the last few seasons. Yes, last season he had Faf du Plessis. That is it. And he was also not up to his mark, but at the end he scored 200s, putting RCB within a chance. Now, how much can a man do alone, right? In your case that you said that the team has only won thrice, but he has scored 500 runs. He has put his effort up front. What the team management has done and what the
I will tell
others...
you the argument behind that.
Yeah.
So I have brought out some stats, man. And again, let me preface this by saying, because Saurav immediately asked after what I said, he said, why? Why? Because the point that he's making is correct. He's
Okay.
saying that the runs should come in winning causes. Like if you see how SRH captain and SRH coach have spoken about, they have said that it doesn't matter if you lose by 70 runs or 50 runs. At the end, it counts as a loss for you. Yeah, run rate and all you can keep arguing about. But ideally, if Abhishek Sharma or Travis Head are playing, they're scoring hundreds, they should come in a winning cause. Kohli is also saying essentially the same thing. But then you can't call people out or call fan bases out, not fan bases, let's say people out saying that ki, no, whatever I'm doing is right. You don't know Jack, so you don't have the right to comment. Now, to come to that orange cap argument, 500 runs in 10 matches is astonishing, man. This is probably Kohli's best season in a long, long time.
Yeah. And
I just want to point out that in terms of percentages of ball faced per innings for RCB, Kohli has faced almost 28% of the balls.
Okay.
The amount of runs that he has scored is 26. 26% of the RCB runs have been scored by Kohli by facing 28% of the balls. That's decent. That's not bad. At the time this stat came out from the IPL website, his strike rate stood at 145.8. Again, pretty great, I'm going to argue. But what about the rest of the IPL? What are the rest of the teams doing? In the rest of the teams, where 72.5% of the balls were faced by the other batters around Kohli who are playing, they scored 74 74.05% of the runs, higher than the balls that they faced. Kohli scored lower than the balls percentages faced, and they were striking it at 158 and not at 145. That is something that I want to point out.
No, but Kohli also scored those 26% of runs, right?
Yeah, obviously. By
And-
facing
and-
higher
you yourself-
percentages of the ball.
And like Alan pointed out, Will Jacks was finally the first perfect
Yeah.
partner for Virat Kohli
Yeah.
in this entire IPL.
Yeah.
Because it has been an entire unit failure for RCB.
Yeah.
They have been abysmal with the ball, with the bat.
Definitely.
They have just managed to win 3 games and 2 coming back to back in the last 2 games.
No, you look at any other team. Like you say about Travis Head and probably Abhishek Sharma as well. They do a lot of the scoring up front.
Bulk of the scoring. Yeah.
Bulk of the scoring up front.
Yeah.
But they have other supporting cast as well, right? You have a Andre Klassen who's in form. You have an Abdul Samad who can come in and hit.
Are
have a
you comparing Kohli with Abhishek Sharma?
No,
really?
but
A
then
guy
you
who has
are
15
bringing
seasons of IPL behind
but
him.
then you're bringing in the stat by
I am
saying that
bringing
the
in Kohli's
strike rate
stat.
is this,
Yeah.
and he's just striking at 145.
No, I'm not
Kohli
saying
is not
he's
the same
just-
player
I'm not
as a
saying-
different person, right?
I'm
No,
not
you have-
saying he's just striking at 145. I'm saying it is great. But on an average, if we take that as a benchmark, the rest are doing much better. Arguably,
No, but
my
then
best
his
player.
role is different, right?
Then
His
we
do-
come at
see,
roles, right?
You take a Sunil Narayan. You expect a Sunil Narayan to go berserk from the first ball. You expect a Jake Fraser-McGurk to go berserk from the first ball. I'm not saying that Kohli cannot do it, but the RCB directive is that he takes the main role and he stays for the longer part of it, right? It is not that he is
Sheet anchoring the innings, basically.
he is basically he has got to do that role because he is the one guy who can go from you probably carry the innings till the end, carry the bat till the end. Nobody else has that skill set with it. So obviously, when such a phase comes in, when you lose 2 or 3 wickets, which RCB has done for a long period of time, you tend to kind of slow down. That is how Kohli paces his innings. If there is a flurry of wickets at the other end, he tries to defend it off. And if he finds a good partner who can find that rhythm, and then he goes on to accelerate in the last portion.
Can this argument work the other way also?
Like what?
Like, say, he plays more than RCB has played the sheet anchor role for India, right? And I keep bringing up this example again and again when Kohli is in the sort of knows this. I've spoken to him a lot about this. When India went to Australia just before the 2021 World Cup, then Sanju Samson, an up-and-coming player in the team, he was trying to find a spot. Now, once Kohli slowed down outside of the power play, Sanju Samson was forced to hit shots and he got out. He unfortunately got out trying to play a lofted cover drive. Now, what you will do is that you will blame it on Sanju Samson, saying that, okay, Kohli was scoring slow because the guys were getting out. What about the other side of the argument that because Kohli was scoring slow, people tried to hit higher risk of shot and got out? That's all I'm pointing out.
What was the batting position of Sanju?
I think what he's saying, middle order 5, 4, 5.
So it means that Kohli had already lost the top order, Indian top order.
Of course.
He had to
Of course.
absolutely anchor that
Of course.
innings also.
But I see the contrasting.
So it's not on Kohli or Samsung, it's also on the top order.
Yeah.
that the
And
top order
also on the
failed.
kind of brand that you're playing around. Where Alan is right. Alan says that role. Explain me the role that Kohli is providing. You can argue that the whole RCB batting mechanics over several of the seasons just doesn't work.
Absolutely.
Just doesn't work because at some point in time they are gonna get out. So will Kohli throughout play a sheet anchor role? Because it's not going to help you, right? Because your lower order batters are just not capable enough.
Right, but that's again, like you're bringing it up and you're saying about the RCB problem. That is the RCB problem for them to solve. That's seemingly they have solved it with Will Jacks coming in, Rajat Patidar getting some kind of form, right? But the rest of if you look at it, that what like Kingshuk said, and how you also pointed out, the top order failed. And at that point in time, he has to take up that role where he has to see it off. Because, like I said, he is one batter who can stay till the very end. And he can provide that late acceleration.
Tell me these other sheet anchors that exist in World Cricket or IPL for that matter, or for teams that have won the IPL or for the World Tournament.
Ben Stokes for England in the T20
Stokes
World Cup.
is not a sheet anchor, man.
No, but
Stokes
he played the anchor's role.
Because
in the
he had some
final.
145, 150 runs to win. He survived. Kudos to him
but
for surviving.
That is the whole crux. I mean, as a player.
So he specifically works in particular situations, is what you're trying to add.
And Kohli
Did
also. And
Ben
Virat
Stokes have a successful tournament in 2022 World Cup?
No.
Why not?
But he was instrumental in helping England win the T20 World Cup.
They won the final.
At the end of the day, personal accolades are great, but you always want the team to win. Right?
That is why I'm saying don't bring the orange cap argument here.
I'm not bringing the orange cap argument.
That he has like bada season hai.
What I believe Alan is trying to say here is that Virat Kohli has been doing his job.
Yeah.
That is to score runs and score runs at a pretty good strike rate of
Exactly.
145 plus.
Okay,
Exactly.
I actually have one more stat about this sheet anchor argument. Okay, so what I'm going to put up scores for Virat Kohli either on the knockout matches of a T20 World Cup or in matches that we consider are very important
Okay.
in tournaments that we did not go to the semi-final of the T20 World Cup. Okay? 2014 final against Sri Lanka. 77 of 58, masterful knock in those conditions. Strike rate 132.76, pretty great for that era. 2016 semi-final in India against West Indies. 89 not out of 47, hitting it at 190. 2016, let me remind the audiences, Kohli's best year possibly as a T20 batter, 973 runs
In the
in the
IPL
Indian
as
Premier
well.
League.
Yeah.
Record that has not been touched again. So this is my Kohli's peak. 2020 World Cup versus Pakistan. One innings that sort of holds close to the heart because it got us to at least some form of total
Against Pakistan, 2021
yeah,
T20
yeah.
World Cup,
in that game.
which Pakistan won by 10 wickets.
10 wickets. 57 of 49 sheet anchor roll. Strike rate 116. 2020 World Cup versus New Zealand, the second game just after Pakistan. 9 of 17. Strike rate 52. 2022 World Cup semi-final against England. 50 of 40 at 125. These games have hurt India. And they have hurt India very
but
bad.
then-
Let me point one more thing. So till that 2022 World Cup, the whole of team, that mindset, the way they played cricket and the way they approached T20 cricket,
They went berserk.
that was absolutely absurd.
Yeah.
Every
Wait,
batter.
2022 World Cup, you're arguing that it
2021
was
World
absurd.
Cup, that-
2021 World Cup, you're arguing.
Yeah, absolutely 2021 I'm saying.
2021, yes. Yeah.
Even in 2022, I remember, I think you both must also be remembering that the Indian captain Rohit Sharma came out after that England hammering that myself and the entire team, we will have to change for
We'll
good.
have to change. Yeah. Correct.
Okay?
And also, by the way, 2021 World Cup, in the run-up to the final, we were playing very well. Like, apart from certain particular
Yes,
instances,
absolutely.
we wanted to be very aggressive
Okay.
because
After
Rohit
that-
had said that we wanted to do
After
that.
that T20 World Cup semi-final loss against England, Rohit and Kohli did not play a single game in that 2023 T20I game.
Yes.
Because they were focusing on ODI World Cup.
ODI World Cup.
They come back in the Afghanistan series.
January 2024.
Okay, Rohit scores a century. Kohli, whatever he bats, he shows great intent.
Kohli does well. Yeah,
Okay,
true.
now comes the IPL. In this entire IPL, if you have to raise questions, there is one knock where you can ask Kohli, why did he slow down after the power play?
The SRH game.
Yes.
That was, like I said in the last podcast, that was Kohli's
one-
problems magnified.
That was one of those games where you can point out Kohli was at his absurd, where he was not able to time the ball. He did not know what to do because he was striking very nicely in the power play. But just when the power play got over, he was struggling for runs. But then comes the next match and you see how he has again reinvented himself. He took down Noor, he took down Rashid, he took down Sai Kishore.
Sai Kishore was supposed to be the big battle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
big
brought
battle.
in.
Yeah.
So,
they brought
if
in
you
him.
talk about-
Also Rashid.
If you talk about
Also
stats,
Rashid.
in the power play, he faced the Pacers. He scored around 7 runs of them. Then he faced 16 or 17 or 18 deliveries, I think, or 19 deliveries of the spinners. He scored 60 runs of them. So Virat Kohli has changed the approach. Yes, what I agree with you is you played a great knock and you can come and say whatever you want to out, but you, after playing a good knock, cannot question people questioning your strike rate.
Yeah, like he has dismissed people questioning a certain thing
Because
that he
also-
has
also-
himself
also-
worked on.
Also,
Yes.
all these instances that you said,
Yeah.
that Sri Lanka final, he scored 66. Who was at the other end? Yuvraj couldn't
Yeah,
score.
yeah, nothing. That is why I'm saying it's a very good knock.
See,
2014 World Cup final is a very good knock.
2021 T20
And you know
World
what?
Cup, if you look at it, like just how like Saurabh said, the top order failed there.
And you know what? When Kingshuk was pointing out
Right,
all
Bro,
this,
Rishabh Pant, how he batted in that game?
you know,
Rishabh Pant batted, yes, I understand, but
you know, all these
you saw
games-
that our top order was crumbled.
Yeah, yeah,
right?
definitely.
Shai Afridi
Definitely.
took it out.
I am questioning the sheet anchor role. I'm not questioning Kohli here.
and why?
Then what are, see, if you're having a situation where your top order is gone and your next batter is coming in, somebody of the quality of Virat Kohli is going to be ready to go and strike it at 250 strike rate. Do you expect that? And if he
But
also
I
gets
also
out,
don't expect him to strike at 115.
No, what I want
so
to
what
point
are
out,
you expecting from him? That is the
every game
main
which
thing,
every
right?
game which you pointed out, every
Correct.
game which you pointed out, Name me one player in each game who was, apart from Kohli, who scored runs for India.
Okay, so 2021 Pakistan, I clearly remember Rishabh Pant taking the game by the scruff of the neck in the middle overs.
How many runs did he score?
I think some 30, 39,
He
something
scored
like that.
28 runs.
No,
he scored,
bhai.
he scored 2 or 3 sixes of Hassan Ali.
Yeah,
That is all he did.
He scored 2 sixes of Hassan Ali.
Yes, that is all he did.
That is all.
You can go and check. You can go
I
and
can,
check.
I can definitely
Yes, you can
check.
check.
Not
You
a
can check. You
problem.
can confirm yours. See, what I agree with you is Kohli cannot come out and say this, ki, please don't question my strike rate. When you will not perform, we will question you.
Yeah, there will be
Because
questions.
you are trying to improve and that is apparent.
And we are very happy.
And still, even when he was
39
trying
of 30.
to... 39 of 30.
39 of 30.
Okay,
So
what is the strike
that's
rate?
a 130 strike rate.
Okay, and what is Kohli's strike rate in this game?
115.
Still, Kohli.
Come on, man.
Kohli, when did Kohli come out to bat? When your KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma-
Definitely, but would you argue that Pant being in an absolute muddle is literally the same pressure that Kohli is also facing? You cannot argue कि पहला 2
When
wicket
Pant
गिर
came
गया.
out, Kohli was
तो मैं
stable on
रो
the
रहा हूँ.
crease. Pant had you cannot
No,
say
bhai.
this. No, you cannot say this. Why?
No,
Because
bhai.
when Kohli came out, we had lost 2 back-to-back wickets.
Because
Yes.
then we will have to argue that who was Pant at that point of time, then
No,
who
no,
was
no, it's not
Kohli
about
had
who
10
was-
years of experience at that point of time.
No,
This
it is
is
not
just
about-
defensive arguments,
No,
man.
no,
Come
no,
on.
no. It is
It
not
it
about...
is not about that. When you
It's
as
not
a batter
about
come out
defensive
and you
arguments,
see
man.
that your top 2 batters have gone in the first over, you need to stabilize that innings.
Yeah.
Then if I come out and see that you are still there, okay, I can go and play my shots because you have stabilized the innings.
I
These are
think
two different situations.
even with this SRH game, okay, now obviously if, like how you said, the problems were magnified. I'm not going to deny that.
Yes,
the problems
absolutely.
were magnified. But Aaron Finch put up a good statement saying that in that partnership where Rajat Patidar was taking down the bowlers,
Yes.
Kohli's role was very vital. Like you might say that, oh, his strike rate was not great. Oh, he didn't do all this thing. But if a Kohli was not there, if a Kohli was dismissed, the other guy coming in, who is the other guy coming in? Cameron Green, who has not performed great. He has been up and down with the bat. Do you think a Rajat Patidar would have gone at that rate at that same time?
What is
No,
that
no,
kind
but-
of excuse?
but-
It is not an
what are
excuse,
you
man.
on about,
How?
man?
What is an excuse? What
Of
are you
course it
saying?
is an
See,
excuse.
in a partnership, if you're having 2 people going berserk, great.
And
Yeah.
Phil
off
Salt,
form
Sunil Narine-
Patidar, who also had like 150 before that, and off form Patidar, again up and down Patidar with a very bad test series,
He
is
has
coming
scored-
in.
he
you
has-
you are
before the
completely
SRH
fine with saying that
Before
No,
the
let
SRH
him
game, he
take
has
the
hit
blame.
250s.
Let me
scene, man.
let me put it straight. You can't defend it as
Yeah,
SRH now.
man, you cannot
Please.
defend. Come on.
See,
You can't defend it as
It's just
SRH now.
excuse. You cannot
Because-
give an excuse by saying, okay, this is literally that Ganguly innings from 2007 against Bermuda. So Virat Kohli is, not Virat Kohli, Virendra Sehwag's bashing on one side and Ganguly is striking at, I think 70s or something,
Yeah,
89
yeah.
of 114 balls. Bermuda hai yaar.
See, if you look at a partnership, you cannot have 2 people going berserk. Yes, if you
There
have
are
that,
certain instances
there
where 2
are
people
certain
have gone
instances.
berserk.
Yeah, you have in this IPL, you have Travis Head and Abhishek Sharma.
Exactly.
For KKR, you have
And-
Sunil Narine and Phil Salt.
Exactly.
That
And
is the
how many matches have KKR won?
That is the psychology of that team. The RCB psychology is not that. I'm sorry, I have to come in and say,
So we are back at roles again.
we are back at roles. See, it is the role that
So,
has been given to
you know,
Virat Kohli to
this
play.
debate-
I
this
agree
debate-
to you in certain sense.
This
yeah.
debate has no end. But you can't defend it as SRH now.
See, I'm not defending
no,
SRH.
I agree with
I'm
you.
not defending
Glad
SRH.
on Kohli for what he did against GT.
And
but that,
one more thing, for me, why we question Kohli is because we, as fans, as whatever you call, you might call us experts. We're not experts. We are fans. We love the game. We follow Indian cricket. We want India to do well in ICC tournaments.
Yes.
I brought in numbers. I'm an expert.
We last time when
See,
we won
if-
when we won ICC tournament, it was 2013. Dhoni was our captain.
Okay.
We want India to win an ICC tournament. And Kohli, Rohit, these are very important for us.
Crucial.
Because Rohit himself has been an absolute failure in T20 World Cups.
Yeah.
He's been brilliant in ODI World Cups, but T20 World Cups, he has been an absolute mess.
Failure.
Absolute
Yeah.
mess. Whereas Virat Kohli, he's very, very vital for us. And him scoring at this strike rate just before the T20 World Cup is a very good sign for the Indian team.
Yeah.
We all want him to go out and hit it out of the park when he plays in West Indies against South Africa, Pakistan, whoever he faces. So we question Kohli. It's not that we hate Kohli. We question him because, yes, he played a bad knock.
Because you ought to question things, yeah.
No, I'm not saying that we can't question him. Right? Nobody is above this thing.
No, Kohli said it.
Kohli
You
said
did not
it.
say it.
Kohli said
Kohli
it.
came out and said that people who are sitting in tight rooms, oh come on, you
I
cannot
have
say
been
this.
doing this for 15 years.
You are a great of the game. We all acknowledge it. And you yourself, I think, Alan, you were telling me the stats before the podcast started that this is Kohli's best
Best season since
2016.
Average is 71.
So in that 8
which is
years
his second
period,
best as of now.
8 years period, you
His
did not.
strike rate is 149,
Yeah.
which is his second best since 2016.
Yeah.
And if I looked at the entire one since 2008, these are the 2 seasons where he has gone above 140 strike rate, if I remember correctly.
In these 8 years, he has not been that great. In these 8 years, we have seen 2 T20 World Cups. In one, we were abysmal. We were knocked out in the group stage, Super 12 stage, by losing to New Zealand and Pakistan. And the other, we were completely hammered by England.
Yeah,
semi-final.
Yeah.
Semi-final.
So Virat Kohli's role is that important. So come on, Virat Kohli, we all are big fans. We all want you to perform, but you cannot come out and say, don't question me. We will question you when you don't perform. We all want you to perform. It's as simple as that. Because this knock against GT, we were so impressed. Nobody expected Kohli to bat like this. The way he took down Sai Kishore, Noor Ahmed, and then Will Jacks took down Rashid Khan. It was absolutely phenomenal. I remember, Alan, you, me, and Akshay were on shift. I was writing the report, and we were taken aback. Oh my God, what a knock!
Yeah, I think now just to lighten the mood, I think everybody was taken aback by the speech also.
Yeah.
I think everybody from the we did not. When I saw Kohli coming in, I was like, okay, fine, he's going to talk about Will Jacks. End of the story. But nobody expected Kohli to come out and
Man is keeping receipts. Man is reading every
everything.
single thing.
I think I need to put in,
heard about him.
I think
whatever.
I need to put in a couple of articles where I have to write that Kohli needs to come to KKR as well.
Okay,
Nice.
while we're talking about Virat Kohli,
Yeah.
how can we miss our dear Chetta, Sanju Samson? Oh, the man is lit. The
Yeah.
way he's batting right now. He has had century partnership with Jose Butler, Yasir Jaiswal, I think Riyan Parag also, and now he has had a 100 matching partnership with Dhruv Jurel.
You know, funny thing about that
That's
LSG
called a
game.
partnership.
LSG game. Not saying that this is like a rivalry or anything. A similar innings was played by KL Rahul. When
Yeah.
his team was in trouble,
Yeah,
KL Rahul came in, stitched a 110 partnership
with Deepak Hooda.
with Deepak Hooda to save the innings, and everybody was like, oh, KL Rahul has to be there in the T20 World Cup. Now Sanju Samson steps up, does one better,
Yeah.
right?
That is essentially
You know what?
the wicketkeeper's battle is going to be, right?
Yeah.
You know, and what Sanju Samson is doing every game you see, he's upping that ant.
Yeah.
He's showing, you want me to do this? Okay, I will do it 2 times better than what others do.
Yeah.
And this is what we need, because at the end of the day, all it matters is you pick best 15, best 11 for the T20 World Cup.
No, so Saurabh, I wanted to ask you this question also.
Yeah.
So if you are saying like Sanju has to be there, and certain reports saying that he is going to be the first choice wicketkeeper, where does he bat?
Yeah, that is something which I raised questions in my last podcast, and I received a lot of hate for it.
Where does he bat? Where does he? Because see, Sanju is somebody I don't think works at number 5. I'm very
No,
sorry.
but I don't think that top order has a space for Sanju.
Does he work at number 4? For you?
See,
See,
Surya
you,
is
does he work at number
if Sanju has to bat number
No,
4,
wait. I will make it for you. Does he for you? Does he work at number 4?
no number 3.
Number 3.
then where does Surya bat?
So
Surya 4.
Surya
Surya
4.
4.
So essentially, you're saying that world number 1 T20 batter has to get less balls than Sanju Samson.
No, but he's done well at number 4, right? Surya has been a fix at number 4. Now, if he's coming in at number 3, I don't know how well he has done for MI this season.
But
It has been up and down.
Hasn't he batting at number 3 for MI this season?
He has been, but it has been up and
Two
down.
failures, 2 good knocks, then 1 failure, 1 good knock.
The
That is how
idea
he's
essentially is now in T20, according to me at least, nobody cares about the numbers. It is about the phases that you come out to bat in.
Right.
okay.
Now, Sanju Samson this year has shown that he can do very well if he comes early. He can also do well if he comes late. I think I think again Aaron Finch was pointing this out, that he has taken the phases of play very well. In wherever he's come out to bat against pace, against spin, he has done well. Now, ideally, you could argue that Sanju can float or he can go lower down the order also. If you want to fit him at number 3 and Surya fix at number 4, or the other way around also, whatever happens, Yashasvi Jaiswal will be sacrificed. The question is, do you think that Sanju Samson is dispensable, or is it Jaiswal who has a lesser value than Sanju Samson in the Indian team?
So if you ask me, if Sanju Samson bats up the order, it means Virat and Rohit are opening.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Now what happens is, the top order you see Virat, you see Rohit, you see Sanju, you see Surya. Then who comes to bat next? Hardik?
Pant.
If
Rishabh Pant.
will you have 2 wicket keepers? And will Sanju plays a special batter?
Specialist batter. Yeah, he's a great outfielder.
Will you not pick Rinku Singh, Hardik Pandya, Akshar Patel, or Ravindra Jadeja? So you
So
believe?
my obvious sacrifice there is Jadeja.
Yeah, to
My
be very fair.
obvious sacrifice
Yeah,
there is Jadeja.
if we are being honest, Ravindra Jadeja, for all he has done for Indian cricket, he is not that T20I player anymore.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't need him
Absolutely,
in the
agree.
T20 World Cup. 11, leave 11 even in the squad.
Also, see,
There are
if
better
you-
players we have.
If you are, I think you pointed this out to me, that Rinku against leg spinners is not that very good. So if you think that there are bowlers stacked up who are turning it away
But
into Rinku,
I
whatever.
said it, and then I said one more thing, that Rinku, since his debut, he has been trained to do that finishing job for us.
Exactly.
And he has been doing that job. He has scored more than 300 runs. His strike rate has been more than 180. So you can't take that away from him.
No, I am not sacrificing Rinku.
Yeah.
All I am saying is that, like how people don't keep the T20 teams set, they play on matchups, they trust on matchups.
Yes.
So you field your team accordingly. The question is that, like Alan pointed out, how many wicket keepers do you want there to be? Possibly both have merits on their own, just on
absolutely,
batsmanship
absolutely.
itself.
Yeah.
The
Both
argu-
Pant and Samson
Yeah.
have been great this season.
Yeah, they are in the
And-
top 5 highest run scorers this
KL
season.
as well.
Pant is a finisher.
KL.
Akshar is a finisher. We have a lot of finishers in the team. I'm not arguing that I don't want Rinku there in the team. I definitely want him. But if you cannot fit him, you don't want to force fit a player and take away a bowler instead, right?
No, that is what I'm saying. Okay, so your top order is fixed. As we talked about Rohit, we talked about Virat, Sky, and Samsung. Then you see who will come in. Hardik.
Yeah.
Hardik comes in. Then
At
you
5.
want Pant at number 6. Okay, that is a pack because you need 5 bowlers. Hardik can bowl. Akshar, okay,
Akshar, Kuldeep.
okay.
And
And then you
Bumrah.
have, and then you need Akshar, Kuldeep, Bumrah. This is 8 or 9.
We have got 9, I think.
You got 9.
Haan.
Okay,
We have Siraj.
okay.
We can fit in one more batter. We have
Then
three-
then you can fit in Rinku also.
Rinku Singh. We
Yeah,
have,
this-
hey,
this-
just let's count it out here. So wait.
So you have Rohit and Kohli opening.
Yeah.
Samson,
Samson 3.
Surya,
Surya at 4.
Hmm?
Hardik
Hardik,
at 5.
Pant,
Pant at 6.
Akshar.
Aksar की जगह Rinku at 7.
But let's
Ah,
Akshar,
Aksar at
Kuldeep,
Kuldeep.
Bumrah, Siraj. We have one more space left.
Okay,
Bring in
Rinku. Yes, that is what I'm saying. Rinku has to be there if you ask me.
Yeah,
You cannot
absolutely.
leave out Rinku Singh
Because,
from
see-
the T20 World Cup playing 11. Leave him on squad.
I think he has proved enough in the
Yes,
international matches.
yes,
If you
yes.
look at that game where Rohit scored the 100, right? Rinku played the aggressive role as well. He also hit, I think, somewhere around 50 something.
Yes.
Runs.
yes.
The only problem with that particular team is that you have 5 bowling options.
How have you 5 in one?
Akshar, Kuldeep,
So you got Akshar,
Bumrah,
Kuldeep,
Siraj.
Bumrah, Siraj.
and Hardik.
Okay, yes.
Who else do you have? So it is an out and
That
out
is what I
batting
am
team.
saying. Ki you will either play Samsung or play Pant. Both can't play in the same playing 11 in T20 World Cup.
Okay, that is also fair with me. I am saying put it up at matchups. I
And
don't
then,
mind
and then you assess the conditions. If you need a
Yeah,
spinner,
exactly.
you put in as a spinner. If you need a fast bowler, you put in a facer.
Yeah.
As
Exactly.
simple as that.
Rinku's value is where there are 2 overs left. You need some high scoring runs.
20,
He
25
will,
runs.
He
Yeah.
will give you that. But
You know-
Samson has a larger value in terms of diversity, dynamism throughout the innings.
But Rinku, you know why I want Rinku in that playing 11? For me, he's indispensable. We all used to see what Dhoni used to do. I'm not comparing him with Dhoni, but that cool acumen. The way he goes out and he is very calm, he sees the ball. I remember, I think Ravi Shastri said it, or Ian Bishop said it. Someone said it. That Rinku Singh is someone who does not see the bowler, he sees the ball. And he hits it according to the merit of the ball and how the condition demands. As simple as that.
And I think in his international career, he has been dismissed how many times? 3 or 4?
Very
four
less.
times.
He
Very
averages
less.
some 90 with a strike rate of 170, something ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
I mean,
And
what
his-
more can he do?
And his fielding.
to
And his
prove?
fielding.
Same question Samson can ask also.
Yeah.
Yes,
What more
absolutely.
can I do?
Yes, Samsung has
So-
been superb this season.
Top
Yeah.
of the IPL as a captain.
So Samsung,
One of the best, I think top 2 or top 3 in the orange cap list at the moment.
Exactly.
Possibly the highest strike rate in the top 5 right now.
yes, absolutely.
What else do you want, man? Some 160, I think.
He's
is
finishing
right.
games. He's scoring runs in the power play. He's scoring runs in the middle phase. He's doing everything.
No, but like you said, Saurabh, like, yes, Samson has done that. But Rinku is again a player you cannot just let go because
Definitely you can't.
the skill set that he brings in, right? You have to have a Rinku Singh in that team because Hardik Pandya is not finishing the job for him.
No.
He's not finishing
So
the job.
then the question comes Samson or Pant?
Yeah.
What
No,
do you
that is
want?
something which the team management will have to take. That kind of
Samson or
decision.
Pant or Samson or Rinku is essentially what the question is going to get down to. I don't mind either Rishabh Pant or Samson. I'm biased towards Rishabh Pant only because it's a left-handed option.
Hmm.
But I think Samson is a better batter at the moment, and he can give you, like more diversified kind of runs.
Yeah.
Okay, before you end this episode, I have one question to ask. I think Kingshuk and me we were covering the shift before the podcast, and I saw a Virender Sehwag rant on R. Ashwin, because R. Ashwin on his YouTube channel had said that as a bowler in T20s, more important job is to contain runs and not pick wickets.
Hmm.
And Sehwag said he slammed Ashwin for his statement, and then he said Ashwin, the way he is going, he should not even be picked. He should not even be picked in the next IPL auction.
Hmm.
What do you both think of Ashwin? Do you think he whatever he said? What is the bowler job?
See,
Will you be happy as a captain if your bowler is just bowling dot deliveries, not picking wickets?
see, in that, the Ashwin argument, I could say about probably a Sunil Narayan also. He has in some of the games, I think the first SRH game that I saw, the first match of our season, he picked up only 1 wicket. But the fact of the matter is, he put that pressure on the batting order, right? He choked that batting order.
Yes.
He basically put on a squeeze.
Yeah.
That is also the job of a bowler. So Ashwin is right in that sense. But unfortunately for Ashwin, he has not been at his best.
Yeah.
Sanju Samson has tried everything. I think that the way that in that KKR thriller, that match that had happened, the plan of Ashwin was to bowl outside off so much to Sunil Narayan. It was just being wide, and then when he bowls a little straight, Sunil Narayan was hitting him. So Ashwin's plans this season has not clearly worked out, but that doesn't mean that he's not a great bowler or anything. Just that everybody has that one probably rough patches in the IPL. Nobody is going to have like a consistent thing. So I think that is the thing, and probably I think we all know that Ashwin might end up getting released by RR also.
It is not nuts why people argue these things, because Yuzvendra Chahal's biggest criticism over the last few years has been, why do you bowl so attacking? Why do you get thrashed for runs? Why can't you bowl a little defensive that helps in defending targets?
Yeah.
Now that Ashwin does this, Ashwin is not bowling attacking. If you see Yuzvendra Chahal, Ashwin, the first two RR matches, they just went flat. And obviously that's probably not gonna get you wickets if the score's not high enough. What is the problem? At the end of the day, winning matters. If you have contributed to a certain type of a role for your team to win, nobody cares.
Yeah. So I think let's end this podcast on this note. And before we end, we should ask our viewers, our listeners, to give their feedback. Thanks for tuning in. You can send in your feedback on 8588966996. You could also email on pods@indiatoday.com. Wherever you are consuming our podcast, either on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or Google Podcasts, please keep your comments late coming. And we love your feedbacks. Thank you so much.